Hi, my dear friends. How are you? It's just me, your regular guy, sharing the word. Now it says here, is paying tithe important? What do you think? So tithe is defined as 10% of your earnings um, that you give to the church. Okay. So in these times, most churches say it should be in money, right? Money form. Okay, so let's read. Let's put this down. The tithing system did not originate with the Hebrews. From the earliest times, the Lord claimed a tithe as his, and this claim was recognized and honored. Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek, the priest of the Most High God. Jacob, when at Bethel, an excellent wonder, promised the Lord of all that thou shalt give me, surely I will give a tenth unto thee. All. So it's not about money, but right now, since um, I don't know. They consider it only money, some churches. So, because it says here, all when when they give tithes in the old days, it's not about money. It's about tenth of the sheep, tenth of the flocks, and even Jacob said, "Give tenth unto thee. All of that thou shalt give me." You see? So it's very clear. It's not only about money, but nowadays they talk about money. Yeah, they changed the system, right? They changed the system. All that they gave must be voluntary. That's true. God is so rich. He owns everything. He doesn't want donations or giving that is unwilling. I mean, God will not get rich out of your money because in the first place it is not yours, right? He will not have his treasury replenished with unwilling offerings. The Lord designed to bring man into close relationship with him and into sympathy and love with his fellow men by placing upon him responsibilities in deeds that would counterattack selfishness, strengthen his love for God and man. So the purpose of tithes is relational, right? It just shows how willing you are to allot a portion of what God already owns. So it's just a test of character for man. Okay? Because God will not be rich out of what you give because He owns everything. He's the one who gave it. I mean, the reason why you give, just like a parent and a child, you gave your child some money and on your birthday they buy you some gift, but that money came from you, something like that. So it shows love and, respect. It is not our numbers nor our wealth that will give us a signal victory, but it is devotion to the work, moral courage, ardent love for souls, and untiring, unflagging zeal. There are many who have looked upon the Jewish nation as a people to be pitied because they were constantly taxed for the support of their religion, but God, who created man and provided him with all the blessings, he knew what was best for them. So they just give an example for the Jews, although Jews are evil nowadays. They attack people, they're white supremacists. So this is an old script. People change. The Jewish nation was considered respected, and they're the chosen people, but now it's open to the Gentiles. God opened the gospel to the Gentiles, and you can read it in Acts. Okay, sorry about that sound. Let me remove that sound. There you go. Okay, so yep, but it says here that the Jewish practice the tithing, and until now, all religions, actually, religions nowadays do not only practice tithing, they practice offering, and they ask you to build the church out of your money. They ask you to donate. They ask you to probably 100% of your salary will go to church work, money. But is that something that you know we have to reflect upon? So here's my take on this. Especially nowadays, the church system is so crooked that audit you cannot audit it. The Catholic Church doesn't have audit. Some religions don't have audit, but they require people to give. Okay. And even if you're not willing, as long as you give, you're gonna be a member of the church. We know those type of religions, right? So here's my take on this. Since we're gonna talk about sharing God's blessing or what God has entrusted you to take care of, as you technically do not own anything, right? Because God just gave us what we have. Let me get a verse for that. It is God who gives you strength. Verse. Mhm. Okay, first is, if you look at Philippians 4:13, it says there, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Okay, that's one thing. And what else? It says here, it is God who gives you wealth. Okay, there's this in there. It says here in Deuteronomy 8:18, where is that? Here. God gives you the power to get wealth rather than just handling out money. He provides the strength, wisdom, and opportunity to create it. You see? So even if we claim we're a genius, we are so good, God gave you the health. God gave you the healthy brain. When you're in the womb, remember? God said to Isaiah and Jeremiah, I knew you from the beginning, even from the womb, right? So, I don't know if you accept that, but whatever we are, whoever we are, how strong we are, how genius we are, God allowed us to be that way. We were blessed. You may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to your ancestors as it is today. It's a good verse, right? So we established that God really is the source of everything. Now, when we go back to Jacob, Jacob will give a tenth of everything God gave. So there's no money only. You give your time to God's work, spreading the news just like what I do. I share the reason why I share this video, even if people will watch it or not, even if I'm not actually recognized for this by the church. It is something that is not paid for. I just do this because this is one of my tithes. Giving time for God in ministry. I also donate. When I see people who need money, I give them. I don't lend money, I give based on how much I can offer because I still have to eat. And those things, you see, because I know God gave everything. So there's a form of tithing in everything because Jacob said, based on the script, I will give all that you gave me, Lord, 10%. Imagine. But me, I don't have 10%. I can give 50%. Like right now, I donated half, actually all of my money. I only have a few hundred now in my wallet. That's not 10%. That's all. That's all I can afford. See, so do not focus on 10%. 10% is just small. You know, do not say I gave tithes 10% and I'm gonna be saved. No, man. No. We can actually give more than that. We can give time. We can food. Like there was this beggar asking for money, and I have burgers, so I gave burgers to the person. It's more than 20 pesos. Usually when somebody beg, you give 5 pesos. No, I give food. So that's it. You know, you can give your time. Like your old uncle wants your help to take him to the hospital or wants help to buy some food. That's time. And it says in the Bible, you help the widow, the old, the children. If a child, like me, I'm a teacher, if a child needs learning, teach faithfully. You see? So tithe is just nothing. It's just what I mean nothing. It's just so small that we create an issue out of the 10%. No, my dear friends. If we are true Christians, we dedicate everything to God. Even feeding ourselves, taking care of ourselves, is a portion for God's glory, because God doesn't want an unhealthy Christian. God doesn't want a sickly Christian, a neglectful Christian. No. Helping yourself, helping your family is also tithing, my dear friends. The reason why some religion focuses on tithing, like they focus too much on money, because it is part of the church system. They have to provide for their workers, the benefits for the workers. Workers will depend on tithes so that they can have money to feed to their children, and they also give tithes. That's why it seems like everything is focused on money, but no. I am enlightened, and I tell you, 10% of money is not what the Bible teaches. It teaches more than that. It teaches a whole life of giving, not only 10%, not only money, your effort, your encouraging words. You speak good words 10% in 24 hours, 10% of the hours, and that's tithing of your time, encouraging people. Everything, everything, my dear friends. So I hope this is clear. And this is a good verse, you see. Deuteronomy 8:17 to 18. It humbles us that don't worry, do not steal or get money that doesn't belong to you. This verse also tells us that the Lord will give you strength and you can live a holy life as well. Have a nice day. God bless, my dear friends. Let me screenshot this and I'll share it.